The Carioca Aqueduct is an aqueduct in the city of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The aqueduct was built in the middle of the 18th century to bring fresh water from the Carioca River to the population of the city. It is an impressive example of colonial architecture and engineering. The Carioca Aqueduct is located in the center of the city, in the Lapa neighborhood, and is frequently called Arcos da Lapa by Brazilian people. Since the end of the 19th century, the aqueduct serves as a bridge for a popular tram that connects the city center with the Santa Teresa neighborhood uphill. The Santa Teresa tramway. History. In the early history of Rio de Janeiro, the nucleus of the city was surrounded by swamps with water of bad quality, and fresh water had to be carried manually from streams located relatively far from the city. Since at least 1602, there had been plans to build a system of canals to bring water from the source of the Carioca River, located on Santa Teresa Hill, to Rio de Janeiro. Colonial authorities attempted to build canals, but the construction was always hampered by technical and financial difficulties. By the end of the 17th century, there were only a few hundred meters of canalization completed. After 1706, construction of the aqueduct was given a fresh impulse by authorities. During the rule of Governor Arcos de Lapa, it was decided that the canals, which at the time reached the Campo da Ajuda, should reach the Santo Antonio Square, which was closer to the center of the city. Construction of the first aqueduct was finished in 1723, and clean water flowed directly to a decorative Baroque fountain in Santo Antonio Square, to the relief of the people of Rio de Janeiro. This first aqueduct was already in bad shape by 1744, when Governor Gomes Freire de Andrade ordered the building of a new, larger structure. The works were charged to Portuguese military engineer José Fernandes Pinto Alpoim, who was inspired by similar structures in Portugal, like the Águas Livres aqueduct in Lisbon. The aqueduct was inaugurated in 1750. The most impressive feature of the aqueduct is the course that connects the hills of Santa Teresa and Santo Antonio in today's Lapa neighborhood. This segment of the aqueduct spans 270 meters and consists of 2 stories of monumental arches, 42 in total, with a maximum height of 17.6 meters. In colonial times, water from the Carioca Aqueduct reached several fountains scattered through Rio de Janeiro, including those in Santo Antonio Square, Ajuda Square and the Terreiro de Paco. At the end of the 18th century, as the waters of the Carioca River were insufficient to feed the aqueduct, water from other streams were also derived to its canals. Tramway. The aqueduct was deactivated at the end of the 19th century, as new alternatives to supply water to Rio were developed. The structure was adapted in 1896 to serve as a viaduct for a tram line, the Bonde Santa Teresa, that transports passengers between the center of Rio and the hilly Santa Teresa neighborhood. The picturesque ride is popular among locals and tourists alike. The Santa Teresa Bond is the only tram still in operation in Rio de Janeiro, although the 2016 opened Rio de Janeiro light rail system is similar to a tramway on some sections. In the 1960s, several houses which had been built near the aqueduct were demolished, improving the visual impact of the monument. In August 2011, an accident occurred when brakes apparently failed and left 5 people dead. In response, all service was indefinitely suspended, but plans to rebuild the line and replace the old tramcars were subsequently approved.